20 years ago, Justin Gatlin won what still remains USA's last 100-meter gold medal at the 2004 Games. 1,800 miles north of where that took place, one of the three men who will qualify from the USA Olympic trials will be looking to resume the country's reign in the event after a two-decade pause. On Sunday, June 22nd, we will see this fierce battle begin with the very first round. It will begin by seeing the current world champion Noah Lyles going against the current world leader in the 200 meters, Kenny Bednarek. It's quite obvious these two meeting in the first preliminary race will be quite fitting, seeing that they actually opened the season in the 100 meters against each other. In that race, they both clocked 10.01 seconds. Lyles went on to run 9.85 seconds, holding the third fastest time in the world, while Kenny only ran one more 100-meter race, where he recorded 9.91 seconds in a plus 2.2 meters per second tailwind, making him the second fastest American this year in all conditions. With only two to qualify automatically, the others in the race, such as Kerley King, a member of the super-fast relay team that went to Bahamas a month ago, will have to put on a good showing. At his best, he can throw down a sub-10 run, which he will need or be close to needing given the qualification criteria. Heat 2 will feature the man in the center of a few major headlines in the last few weeks, and one of the fastest men in the country's history, Fred Kerley. Fred, who the last time he was at the Olympic trials was a brand new sprinter at the distance. Now 3 years later, he is a sub-9.8 man at his best, an Olympic silver medalist, and a former world champion. The man who did all those, though, look a different person than the Fred Kerley we see nowadays, coming into trials, yet to break 10 seconds. His strongest competitor on paper has done so, though, having the second fastest time of the year, equally that is, of 9.93 seconds. As good as that sounds for Williams, the fact is he has no wins outside of Florida, and his season's best was aided with the maximum allowable wind limit. PJ Austin might also pose some problems in this race, having a season's best faster than Fred's. However, the former 400-meter star should take the win and lead us into Heat 3. This one, though not stacked, will be special, as the reigning American champion Crevant Charleston returns to the track for the first time in 10 months. After winning the championships last year, taking out Noah Lyles and Christian Coleman, the emerging star, suffered an injury, and since then he has been completely focused on the return for the Paris Games. That return will be tested to its max, against a field that includes Brandon Hicklin, who just 2 weeks ago on his final race of the circuit, dropped a 9.94 seconds in Czech Republic, equaling a personal best he set earlier this season. Usually this sort of consistency are signs of a breakout athlete, which is ironic that Charleston is about to take on one of the country's top breakout stars. The following heat will feature veterans of this generation, none more so than 33-year-old Amir Webb, a man known more for his 200-meter prowess over the years, is set to take on Christian Coleman, who is looking to make his first Olympic team since 2016, and his first team in an individual event. His route to qualification seems a bit easier, given his strongest opposition is not a sub-10 athlete, but one on the brink of it, Cooper Bibbs. This 26-year-old man has run a 10.01 seconds this year, and has maintained a 100% win rate, something most of the athletes haven't done. The confidence of such a streak will play a part in this performance, so even though it is not struck with the most star quality, it could be a fast one. The final heat will see the most dangerous threat to the top brass of American sprinting right now, 18-year-old Christian Miller. This teenager took the world by storm when in April he dropped a 9.94 seconds, a time that led the world. A few weeks ago, after it seemed everyone forgot about the danger he is, he dropped a 9.95 inside Franklin Field in just the semifinal of the New Balance Outdoors before withdrawing from the finals. To do that shows his goal was and still is on the trials. To note, his new stadium record dethroned Issa Masinga, who had that record last year of 10.05 seconds. Given that Issam later on went on to drop 9.89 seconds later that year, Christian could lower his 9.94 personal best to sub 9.9, which would result in a new world junior record, but also place him in a strong position to head to Paris. Not going ahead of ourselves, he will have Courtney Lindsay, one of the in-form athletes of the season to contend with, along with Ronnie Baker. So if he is going to make a mark, it will begin by taking down these men, given he has a mixture of top collegiates such as Kalen Walker and Taylor Banks, as well as top pros such as Courtney Lindsay, JT Smith, Ronnie Baker, among others to contest. So in a bit over 48 hours, we will see the fastest men go at it, inside Tracktown, USA, to make their push for greatness once again. Stay tuned.
Diffiato Bolden with you, ready to go. Men's 100-meter final.